the worst year for a lot of us for our mental as well as physical health. So joining us this morning is best-selling author, coach, and fitness expert, Lisa Goldenthal.
Hello and welcome. I'm Lisa G, your host. You're at the top of your game, yet the game is changing faster than ever. Strategies that got you here aren't the ones that'll keep you here. The pressure is relentless and the fear of obsolescence looms large. That's why I'm here. Welcome to the new podcast series, Disrupted: How to Be Gritty and Unlock Performance. This is your chance where I sit down with today's top experts in business, mindset, wellness, and success to help you master disruption and thrive.
Thanks for coming, and I'll see you soon. Introducing a true disruptor in the world of health and wellness, a triple certified nutritionist and functional medicine expert, recognized as a top 23 expert to watch in the health and wellness space by LA Tribune Magazine, the host of the Healthy Body, Healthy Hair, Truth About Hair Loss Summit, and a proud winner of PubCon's book publishing contest, securing a prize of $50,000. The genius behind the innovative Healthy Hair Fix program, and a friend of mine. I'm thrilled to welcome to the podcast, Julie Olson.
Hey, Lisa G. I'm so happy to be here.
I'm so thrilled to have you help us master disruption in diving into the topic of disrupting obstacles that can hold you back. So let's jump in right away to cracking the code on stubborn weight loss. Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah. Well, it's really confusing, I think, to a lot of people because, back in the day when we met, it was the South Beach diet and Weight Watchers, and there was the Biggest Losers, Jenny Craig, Mediterranean, and now we've got keto and paleo and raw food. I mean, it's just all over the place, but no wonder people are confused and frustrated because at the end of the day, what you need to do is balance your blood sugar. And you can do that by eating more and weighing less, but eating the right things, meaning quality protein, healthy fats, and complex carbohydrates, not simple carbohydrates, but complex carbohydrates. Just again, simplifying it, trying to get half your plate in those complex carbohydrates. Vegetables are better than fruit per se. The fruit does have a lot more sugar than vegetables, but the vegetables have so many, antioxidants, vitamins, and minerals, and then the fiber that's going to also help balance your blood sugar. And then protein is very, very important. And then the healthy fats, because old school, Lisa, when we grew up, what did we have for breakfast?
I mean, parts, things in a box, everything.
Yeah, exactly.
And then, I remember all of the things. I have tried all of the things. I remember when you were supposed to eat only the things in the middle of the grocery store instead of the perimeter of the grocery store. And then that was bad. And that's how America really did get fat, isn't it?
It is. And you just can't be healthy out of a box or a package. Eating whole foods as close to nature as possible is just so important. And it's really almost tragic what's happened to this country, especially in America, is
Right.
that so many people have just been on that blood sugar roller coaster for so long that their insulin gets tired out. Their pancreas just kind of gives up. And so they become insulin resistant. And that's when their insulin is constantly elevated and the cells cannot hear or cannot follow the directions of other hormones to metabolize fat for energy. So they are not even utilizing fat in between meals as they should for energy. Because they're constantly tiring out this whole system. And you just don't want to go there. And it's really kind of simple. Staying off the blood sugar roller coaster. Just every time you eat, think those 3 things. And I say PFC: protein, fats, and carbohydrates, but it's quality protein, healthy fats, and complex carbohydrates.
Okay, so we know vegetables are the good complex carbohydrate, but I like bread. I mean, I know it's not good for me, but and then there's pasta and there's cereal. So why don't you just break it down for our audience just so we understand what are complex carbohydrates, and then we can maybe get into what are healthy fats, because it's so hard in my experience to get people past the dogma of the old thinking that fat is bad and steak is bad and carbs are okay.
Right, right. That's it's very confusing, and that whole fats are bad thing actually started from a politician started that whole thing.
I know, I
Yeah.
believe it.
Yeah. So, yeah, let's break it down. So, simple carbohydrates are the ones that convert to sugar right away. So, bread, pasta, white rice, cereal. Whereas complex carbohydrates have the fiber. So, fruits and vegetables are the complex carbohydrates.
So does that mean that we have a limited amount of simple carbs, or just pretty much eliminate them? Because what is a realistic plan on the carbs, fat, and protein?
Well, uh, so that's a really good question. To answer it, you want a quarter size of your plate to be in that quality protein every day, every meal. So you want at least 20 grams of protein every time you eat. Hopefully, you're eating 3 meals a day. Let's forget about this fasting, intermittent fasting, all this stuff. If you're having a hard time losing weight, that's not going to do you any good if you're not doing it correctly. And you don't have to start there. So, 20 grams of protein, again, it can be the size of the palm of your hand. So chicken or grass-fed beef, that's 20 grams. And someone like you, Lisa, who works out a lot, you'll need more. You'd need more than 60 grams of protein a day. But every meal, that keeps you off the blood sugar roller coaster, because especially protein is really important. And can I go through some of the reasons why protein is important besides helping balance our blood sugar?
Oh yeah, I mean, to me,
We'll
it's
go.
my secret weapon for anti-aging and aging backwards is really my muscles. And both,
Right.
feel like without protein, I wouldn't have the muscles that I have today.
Absolutely. And the amino acids from protein makes up most of who we are. Everything from the top of our heads, our hair to our toenails. And it's comprised of these really essential amino acids that help maintain the blood sugar and fat burning process, like I just mentioned. But
Right.
they also act as an energy source, providing more constant and stable energy than carbohydrates, as well as increased metabolism through a more complex digestive process. And then they're needed for the growth and repair of every bodily function. They help transport fats, fat soluble vitamins, and steroid hormones in the blood. They regulate fluid concentrations and acid base balance in the blood and tissues. They help defend our bodies against germs and pathogens.
Those are great reasons why we should be getting enough quality protein, quality fat. Now, I also want to talk to one of your other expertise in hacking hair loss, because we all want to feel more confident in the boardroom and in the bedroom. And sometimes our confidence can be taking a hit with hair loss. And can we jump over to that topic too?
Well, absolutely. And you just had a perfect segue, because if you're not balancing your blood sugar, and you're not eating enough protein, I can guarantee you're going to have some hair thinning and hair loss.
Wow.
Yeah, our hair is made of protein. They call it keratin. And, people that have diabetes or even insulin resistance or just having a hard time losing weight, it comes down to not balancing that blood sugar, and makes our gut so it's unhealthy, and so we can't absorb the nutrients we need. And the nutrients we need are going to first go to our vital organs. Our hair is not vital, so it gets the last of the nutrients, and we need those quality amino acids that you only get from animal proteins, actually. So that's why vegans or vegetarians, not only do they have a hard time losing weight because they're eating so many carbohydrates, and the protein you get as a vegan or vegetarian is more like the beans and tofu and so forth. It doesn't have the branch chain and essential amino acids that are important not only for our health and managing our blood sugar, but they're vital for our hair growth.
So what about a protein supplement? Like there's so many things out there on the market. And of course, I've tried all the things. I've tried all the diets. I've tried all the weight loss plans. I've tried all of the things in my lifetime of being in the health and wellness industry. So of course, protein powder is good, right? Is that like
Yeah.
a supplement?
Yeah, a really good one that's just coming about is collagen protein powder with peptides. So
Wow.
that's going to help not only help heal anything that's out of balance in your gut, because it helps it helps with the mucosal lining of your gut. It helps repair that. But also the collagen is also part of our hair matrix. And then it's also going to help with weight loss in that respect and help with our skin health. So that's a really good choice.
I love that it all ties back to being you are what you eat. And I love that saying that you don't want to be fast, easy, or cheap. So so
Yeah, I agree. But yeah, really, it's what you eat, but it's what you digest and absorb. And for the listeners here that follow you, Lisa, a lot of these are high achievers, and they're constantly on the go, go, go. And that can wreak havoc on your health and hair, because your body doesn't know what to do with these nutrients. It's just trying to keep you going. You need to rest and digest. You need to get in that state more often and more regularly for your nutrients to digest and absorb. So you might be eating great, but are you absorbing it?
wow, this is all great information. So let's say you're a busy executive, you're on the go, you have to go to this meeting, and everybody is like, well, I really want to lose weight, but I'm super stressed and I'm super busy and I have to entertain. And at the same time, it is possible, isn't it, to come up with a healthy eating plan where you can know what to grab at a meeting, you can know what to grab at a dinner on the road.
Yes, yes, yes. And um that's why, just make it simple for yourself. Grab a protein, grab some vegetables, and get some healthy fat. You don't have to go crazy with the healthy fat. You're not doing a keto diet. You don't need to go into ketosis, which is often done incorrectly anyway. But you need that healthy fat to, garnish your food. And the healthy fats, let's talk. You want to talk about that a little bit,
Yeah,
about what
let's
they
get
are?
into what the quality protein are. So are you saying we can't have steak?
Yeah, good grass-fed steaks, fine.
Oh, okay, okay, good. So you can have good quality protein. And what are the healthy fats? I mean, is it avocado? Is it almonds? Is it walnuts? Is it olive oil? And is canola oil is just terrible?
It's terrible. So all the fats you listed, except for canola oil, are all healthy fats. And then throw in coconut oil, The worst of the healthy fat, the worst of the fats are the trans fats that have been outlawed in like New York City and some other places. They're hydrogenated oils are really easy to use and actually withstand repeated heating without breaking down. So that's why they use them in a lot of fast food restaurants, and also extends the shelf life of food products. So that is a horrible fat. And that's why it's outlawed in some places now.
I love that.
Actually, every package item now has to list whether it has trans fats or not, but there is a loophole. If it has 0.5% of trans fats per serving, they can say it has no trans fats. But that's bad, because if you have, multiple servings, that adds up.
Wow.
So just eat whole foods.
Just eat real food. I mean, it's still January. I know we're getting towards the end of January. We all know that 91% of New Year's resolutions have pretty much failed by now, but don't give up, you guys. Resolutions don't work, but tiny habit change does. So what if you guys just made one tiny habit change in your fast food life and just ate real food? Do you have any other disruptive tips for our audience that you want to leave us with?
It's not your fault. There's so much information out there, misinformation. There's so many companies trying to sell their products, that give yourself a break and some love, and realize this can be a disruption, but just don't beat up yourself, and just like Lisa said, eat real foods. And then I just want to leave with a little tip, and then I can give you a code, or we can give a link in my show notes, Lisa, to my online dispenser, and then get that really good collagen protein powder. You want to do that?
Yeah, absolutely. I want us to give our audience a free gift and some tips. So what you got? What you got?
Okay, well, I just want to talk about the healthy fat. So consuming healthy fat increases leptin, which is a hormone that increases fat burning in the body. Except if your insulin is elevated, right? If your insulin is elevated because you're on that blood sugar roller coaster, the body's cells cannot hear the leptin. So eating a lot of simple carbs with fat causes the body to store fat rather than burn it.
Wow. And it shows in your face too. Like, don't you see that people that are eating these vegetable oils, the bad things, the trans fats, the sugar? I mean,
Yeah.
we didn't even go there, but doesn't
Yeah,
it?
it'll show up in your face, it'll show up in your hair, in your eyes. Yeah, it's
It's worth it.
ki-
It is worth it, right? To take a little bit more care in what you eat.
it is. It is. And it sneaks in salad dressings, chips. So just get a salad dressing made with olive oil. Chips are now made with olive oil or coconut oil. Those are better choices if you're gonna be doing that. Yeah, look at your oils. That's really important.
Well, thank you for all these wonderful tips. And where can people find more Julie Olson?
JulieOlson.com.
Wonderful. And you have a discount code for audience on the collagen products we were talking about?
Well, I'll give them a 15% discount if they want to register for a it's called Full Script. It's through my practice. It's called Fortitude Functional Nutrition. So in your notes, you can send them a link to it, and they can register for an account. I can invite them to an account, and they just accept it, and then I can apply the discount.
Wonderful. Well, thank you for coming to Disrupted, Julie, and showing us how to disrupt hair loss and stubborn weight loss.
Thanks, Lisa. Thanks for having me.